Hello, hello, hello. Pra ninguém. Mais uma vez uma live caladinha, pois sigo com dor de garganta. E quando eu falo, dói demais. E hoje só as doutoras online. Vamos começar testando. A maior doutora que tem. Dr. BAIZHU cuidará disso.
Senna, não vou te defender não. Não vou ir pra frente só pra te defendendo não, pelo amor de Deus.
You've been a naughty boy.
That
You will see.
Seems like an emergency.
Let me weave you a verse. Try not to enjoy this.
A bitter pill to swallow. This is nothing.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Blitz. Let's spark them.
Mind the side effects. Taking a turn for the better.
You will see. Witness the power of Hua. Know my sword.
Remember, health comes first. Mind the side effects.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Gente, ele tá ali.
Esse biquinho. Essa menina.
We're way behind. No touching. I'll protect us.
Dodge this.
Come on. Focus. Born of ice and frost. For Rex Lapis. Next on the agenda. Access denied.
Meu Deus. Que teste sem graça. Igual essa personagem. Acho sem graça da Ganyu, Jesus. Nossa, não dá coisa pra... Nossa, que pai.
Porra, é essa?
Que...
Rain outlines your fate.
Come at me.
Rain cutter.
Feast your eyes. Scanning.
Know my sword. Witness the power of the
Breaking new ground. Sight clear.
Fala colocaram pra ele, Jesus. Pegar de energia. Hello! Eficiência tem muito. Vamos ver. Quando o dano é causado por um núcleo dendro, o dano causado por germinações em KV, ele recupera vida. Normal ataque mercível, atinge o oponente, sua proficiência elemental aumenta. Aumenta até 100. Este efeito cancelado. Interessante. Libera energia de Merak. Tem um espaço ampliado. Nossa, a gente tá doendo muito. Aumenta 10, ataque, carregado imersivo e converte seu dano de ataque em dano 10. Então essa não são as coisas mais dano. Aumenta a resistência contra a interrupção de KV. A habilidade de aumento, né? Esse ganha todas as vezes. Poder explodir imediatamente. É ver série.
Come at me.
body and mind.
O que foi?
Amor, tem um Zubat.
Eu não quero não.
Por quê?
Tô falando todo enrolado. Pera aí.
What's the hurry?
Come a little closer. easy. We shall prevent.
This moment will be frozen in time. Cool it.
Try not to enjoy this too much. You're in for a little shock.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hear my prayer. Cha. Just like we rehearsed.
Don't get frostbite.
We shall prevail. Do your worst.
Surrender in allegiance.
What's the hurry? Freeze!
Fallen Amber, help! Grant us your blessing.
Não entendi também.
Quem tá protestar ainda? Ai, todos aqui estão protestando, que nenhum deles a gente ganha.
By royal decree.
Cool it!
Go, go, Baron! No one escapes my sight.
This moment will be frozen in time. As you wish, main Fräulein.
I summon no escape.
Oh, so sorry. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Meu Deus, os testes dos 4 estrelas, coitados. Eu? É isso. Vamos lá na farmácia do senhor BAIZHU, do Dr. BAIZHU, pra gente ter mais sorte. É sobre isso.
Everyone hold hands.
Que isso? Ai, vai começar a quest dele.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you? No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because. Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on? Hi, Trap.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad. Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor? Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Não sei disso não.
Changshan can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog. Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Changsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle BAIZHU?
Não é tio BAIZHU, é doutor.
Uncle BAIZHU.
Changsheng, now's not the time. My dear
Changsheng.
boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition, as much as you can recall?
Yes, Uncle... Dr. BAIZHU.
Agora falou certo. Dr. BAIZHU.
I see. And your family lives near Qingse Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that Ayu? By any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. BAIZHU?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millilith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
Arte de curar. Tá, depois eu faço essa quest. Vamos lá. Vamos dar tiros.
Don't be scared.
Vou de 1 em 1, depois vou 10. Ouvindo a Titi, eu tô feliz, gente. Vou torcer pra vir pelo menos um cavé. Acho que agora vai vir um 4 estrelas ou 5 estrelas pelas minhas contas. Ver se eu tô certo. Não, tô errado. Agora. Ai, por favor, que seja o cara velho. Ai, uma arma justa essa. Nem uso tanto. Aí começamos mal. Tá, agora de 10. Não, ela não. Tudo menos a Candace, gente. A pioral. Ela é muito ruim, é uma das piores personagens do jogo. Outra? Não tô acreditando nisso, não. Não, gente. 2 Candace? Não. Não. É karma isso. Ela não é mais 10. Ai, gente. Não, uma arma. Meu Deus do céu, tá dando tudo errado. Tá dando tudo errado. Peraí. Nossa, gente, está Candace. A gatinha C5, meu pai. Meu Deus do céu. Ai, amor, tá dando tudo errado.
Tá atirando?
Ai, rindo de nervoso. Nem pra ver um cavé, eu não tô acreditando nisso, não. Ai, meu Deus, veio um ficha. Queria ela também. Não preciso dela. Meu Deus, uma Dory.
Orime.
Veio uma personagem que nem tá no banner, gente. Não, minha Dory tá CC tantos já. Oh, senhor. Eu não uso ela. Cadê a Dory? Eu só dou sorte pros outros nesse Dory C4. Eu vou de 1 em 1 agora. E é isso. É, gente, o Dr. BAIZHU vai ficar com Deus. Mas assim, tô mais triste pelo cara, velho. Aí é sobre e não tá nada bem. Ai, meu Deus, por favor. Outra ficha, gente. Não, por quê? Ah, é a live da depressão mesmo. Não, tanto de personagem parceiro que eu consegui, não tá escrito, é. Quanto que eu tenho aqui? Dá pra comprar 3. Gente, é isso. Nem um cafezinho. Só pra assim, não ficar tão ruim, né? O último, gente. Gostaram? Ai, eu não acredito.
I created
Não
an
acredito que veio uma Dory, gente.
Dorime.
Ai, vamos fazer a quest do Dr. BAIZHU. E aí eu vou ganhar mais um tirinho.
Ah, nossa senhora.
Assim, se eu conseguir o cavé, já tá bom.
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. And the city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. BAIZHU. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
Olha, sinceramente.
Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
Look, there's somebody over there.
Eu não vi ninguém.
Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further! Watch where you're going!
Quem é? Ah, meu Deus, o Rutal, do nada.
Your customer.
O dono da carne lá é
Appreciate
negativo.
your patronage, but you
Sim.
needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right? Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hotel.
Che
My,
Hotel.
what do we have here? It's the traveler in... my worst nightmare. I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
A dona da funerária não
Thank
gosta
you,
do
Dr.
médico
Who,
local.
for saving this man.
Ele salva
Are you
tudo.
okay? Do you recognize
Exatamente.
me? It's
É
me.
mó engraçado coisa dela, ela fica nas praças assim. Ei, você não quer morrer não? Eu tenho uma promoção. Ela é assim.
Are you?
Your name is Jiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village.
Perdeu a
You
memória.
were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jialiang. Liyue Harbor.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Sorry, Hotel. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time. Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you? Huh? Why not? What's the problem? Come on, BAIZHU. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs?
Seu mestre.
Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends? Use what? What are you talking about?
Que é isso?
Paimon's lost.
There are traces of god remains in Jialiang's system.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable. Paimon, sorry, what?
God remains?
Que isso?
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? BAIZHU, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to BAIZHU Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at BAIZHU Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
Gente, o que tá acontecendo?
Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to BAIZHU Pharmacy at once.
Que estranho.
Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. BAIZHU, how bad is it?
Cadê o
Can you
WMF?
cure him?
Don't you worry.
O
He's
W?
a
Oh,
really
meu
great doctor.
Deus.
He's sure to find a way. Isn't
Ela
that
tá
right,
fazendo a
BAIZHU?
minha FAP nos
Ayu,
apoios do
do you know
W.
when your father first started
Do I,
displaying
né?
these symptoms?
É, mesma coisa, entendeu?
I'm not
Tudo igual.
sure.
Dois também
He's
é
been
feio.
like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
O que vai
Thank you, Dr.
aprontar?
BAIZHU. Thank you so much.
Tô
If
começando
you
a
still
suspeitar os
have any
BAIZHU agora.
misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes,
Oxi.
of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
See you tomorrow, BAIZHU and Chang.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, BAIZHU?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Tô intrigado agora. Tac. Acho que demora pra carregar.
All's well that ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing BAIZHU mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like? Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while BAIZHU's busy treating Ayu's dad.
Meu Deus, por que eu quero saber disso, Paimon? Além do mais, é só perguntar pra Vital.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery.
Meu
Hello,
Deus.
you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Meu Deus, ela não usa o E. O E dela volta de 2 em 2 segundos. Pelo amor de
Volta
Deus.
não, cuidar é enorme.
We were
Eles,
just a
né,
little
eles
curious
nerfaram
about
a dela.
BAIZHU's
Ou
master.
não, no caso.
What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and BAIZHU could tell so
Nossa,
quickly
Paimon foi muito
that
direta dessa
Xiaoliang had
vez.
God remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
Gente, essa quest vai ser mais sobre o tanto que é sobre o BAIZHU.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased. To guard these days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did BAIZHU learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. BAIZHU's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as BAIZHU's
MF do
master?
W não tinha, né, querida?
According to my
É o quê?
grandpa,
MF, eu
he and
falei
my
MF, uso
great-uncle
E.
once went
É, não
traveling
tinha,
together
né,
when they were
querida?
young.
Pois é, você tá reclamando, mas o cooldown é alto, não é assim? No final do jogo, com muito item de cooldown, ele fica com uns 8 segundos, 10 segundos, é muito.
That pharmacist must have cast
Gente, eu sei
some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him,
A
but he
Rebeca,
couldn't convince him to
Rebeca
stay.
fazendo vídeo de se
So
maquiando.
my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my
Okay.
great-uncle
É alguém
stayed in
maquiando ela.
Chenyuvale to practice medicine.
Ah,
They never spoke to each other again.
rica, né? Não precisa pesar os dedinhos.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyuvale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary BAIZHU is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about BAIZHU is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say. Anyway, so
Gente,
I
ele é
will be
muito
sticking
Orochimaru.
around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
Ele realmente é muito o Orochimaru.
Never mind. We'll just have to ask BAIZHU himself about all of this tomorrow.
Tá. Amanhã entre as 8 e as 10.
Nossa, é verdade.
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Xiaoliang is doing.
Dad!
Are you?
Dad, You were
Eu recebi e-mail hoje.
I remember now.
Disponível a acordo para ele.
I'm so sorry.
É,
Eu peguei no dia 22, eu já peguei no dia
É,
22 de abril.
É
Eu
antigo.
recebi o e-mail
Shown up
hoje.
yet?
Eu recebi e-mail esses dias também.
Been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Mas não assim como.
Don't worry, Dad.
Genshin
I got the Adventurers Guild to help us
saiu.
look for her. And Dr. BAIZHU's gonna
Saiu o
help too.
Genshin no Prime, o
Right
8 de
now,
8.
all you need to
Saiu.
do is concentrate on getting better.
Pegar lá e colocar aqui. Provavelmente vou ganhar uma asinha.
Great. That's wonderful.
Mandar pra ele.
I can't thank you enough, Dr. BAIZHU. My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be
Quanto você recebeu no
apologizing
seu
to
primeiro
you for
trabalho?
not making the
Quantos anos
time to
você
visit
tinha?
in all these years.
Mas como assim? Porque depende tipo, do trabalho
Ter assinado.
que não é com a família. Eu
É,
trabalhava
trabalho
com
você
meu
tinha
pai.
salário todo mês certinho. Tinha.
Aí eu tinha 18 anos. Tipo, foi um mês depois que eu fiz 18 anos eu consegui meu primeiro trabalho com carteira assinada. E era o salário mínimo da época, eu não lembro quanto.
Eu lembro o meu também, foi 18 anos.
Foi em 2010.
R$17. 700 reais.
Foi em janeiro de 2010. Comecei. Janeiro, fevereiro, não lembrava certo. 2010, eu não lembro quanto que era o salário mínimo na época. Mas eu recebia mais porque eu trabalhava de madrugada. Eu recebia adicional noturno, então eu recebia bastante. Tá? Né? Eu recebia 20, 30% a mais do meu salário, mais esse valor. Tá, foco aqui. Pedindo perdão a você, mas tá... Ai, que dor!
Not at all, Dr. BAIZHU. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
Ih, ele ainda tá perdendo memória, a BAIZHU mentiu. Mas por que você fez essa pergunta?
Apareceu aqui nas redes sociais.
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Gente, qual que é a
Director
da
Hu,
cobra?
do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
O que será que BAIZHU apronta?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, BAIZHU. I'm not that unreasonable.
Ele tá fraco.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. BAIZHU, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Chiangsheng and myself for a moment.
Gente, tem uma coisa muito errada.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now. But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there?
Ai, não vi nem mais.
Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, BAIZHU did not cure
Bebê
Jia.
sabe as doenças, né? Quer ver?
Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
BAIZHU. Can you please explain all of this?
Ele vai se matando pra curar as
My
pessoas.
predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just BAIZHU's strange choice of a necklace. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with BAIZHU's master's master.
É o que o pessoal sempre imaginou, a cobra que é o negócio que faz tudo.
Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, BAIZHU's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own. BAIZHU, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Qiqi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple Jiangli.
Ah, ela também é médica. Ela também era discípula do tio avô da Rutal.
Gente, eu já acende toda hora isso.
Bem pouquinho só.
Don't be scared.
Gente, eu não, agora que eu reparei que eu não usei isso aqui.
Whoa. There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiangli was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that minds, Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiangli? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang.
Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiangli did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel?
I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiangli or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Doctor.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, BAIZHU. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
Mas eu ainda acho que ele é assim.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the? Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiangli has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is this?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains.
Is it breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading!
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother load.
Tipo, o que será que ela deu?
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jialiang? a sudden? Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house. You mean Xiaoliang? Why would he poison himself? Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs. Huh? So you're saying it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either. Why would she poison her own husband?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery. Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother load is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jia Liang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingce village?
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Didn't
you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this? Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime.
Ela era uma
These
deusa
days,
também.
she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon. Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach. Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! BAIZHU, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face? Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! BAIZHU, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck! This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk. What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Gets Paimon every time. Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
BAIZHU of BAIZHU Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Jinxa village. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land. Before it was subdued by Rex Lapis, the land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Jinxa village was founded sometime after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again. Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Shell for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master, there's a problem.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell...
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
O que tá rolando?
Chegou um iaço.
Dad, what's wrong? Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. BAIZHU will be back soon.
A Titi é estranho demais.
How is he doing?
Dr. BAIZHU, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jiaoliang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
BAIZHU's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jiaoliang?
Eu vi, mas ela já tá... Não. Nossa, ela não tá no nível máximo. Jurei que tava.
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, IU. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. BAIZHU? I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiangli once we find her. Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now.
I suppose you're right. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. BAIZHU and...
Traveler, BAIZHU hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialia. Huh? Hey, wait up! You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiangli's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think BAIZHU's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Ai, não, ele ia sozinho.
Imagina o susto que meio leva quando vira pipoca. Oh.
Surely he hasn't. Who's talking behind our backs again? BAIZHU! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so—
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition. Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, It puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs. Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiangli had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiangli has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiangli has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiangli would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiangli is. Her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health, and given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. BAIZHU.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything,
Dr. BAIZHU, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiangli's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now, before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue, so why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well.
Meu Deus, escutando a conversa do outro, testando a conversa do outro, testando a conversa do outro. E a titia aí, aleatória.
Dr. BAIZHU, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. BAIZHU, do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
Stay put!
lá. A parte dele até que ficou até divertidinho, mas eu achava que a mulher era má.
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
Achamos.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
Gel? Existe a série? Ah, você tá assistindo.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows? The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to, curses.
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
Não é tão pouco. O dano é bem baixo desse aqui. Mas a cura é enorme. O dano dele é baixíssimo. A vida é menor que 50%, 20% mais cura. Quando a vida é maior, bônus de dano dando. Ah, o BAIZHU ganha bônus de dano dando. Isso que é legal.
A bitter pill to swallow.
I see everything.
Illusion shattered.
Everyone hold hands. I see everything.
Rain outlines your fate.
Hey! Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this censer was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiang. This is where I told Jiang Li to give me the poison.
Jiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She...
Vai morrer os dois.
I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Pacto.
Aha! We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
There is no escape.
Everyone hold hands. The doctor will see you.
Yeah. Mind the side effects.
Illusion shattered. The doctor was seeing.
A bitter pill to swallow. Yeah.
The doctor was seeing. There is no escape.
O caminho correto é esse? Ah, ele não pode mais. Ele chega lá. Ah, entendi. Pô, tá ruim.
Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back. Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor was seeing.
Dr. BAIZHU, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away! It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what BAIZHU said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him! BAIZHU,
Doctor, surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiang Li, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. BAIZHU, give it to me straight. How long does Jiang Li have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
But what would be the point of that? Dr. BAIZHU, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see IU grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiang Li back, then even if I,
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. BAIZHU, could I have another minute with my wife?
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang, BAIZHU, Changsheng, is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiang Li will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiang Li would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiang Li! What's the point of it all?
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once I was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
Nossa, achei que a cutscene ia ser agora.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch how you grow up.
É ele que pediu, então.
Mom!
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have. Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
Pesou o clima.
Jialiang! 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 Jialiang!
Dad, are you awake?
What?
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. BAIZHU, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jialiang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. BAIZHU's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell. All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and BAIZHU, and cure Dad for good!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng funeral parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time. Is she finally gone? All's well that
gotta do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion. At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around the dinner table.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
Wait up! I'll come too!
BAIZHU, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Zhongli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? BAIZHU, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Interessante.
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you now.
Vamos ver as constelações aí. Ah, então na C1 que ele ganha carga. Na C2 vale a pena usar Milif. Esse aqui ele dá um danão. Esse aqui ele cuida sobre DPS e dá pra colocar Milif nele. Curso de proficiência. Aumenta ainda mais os escudos. O C2 dele é melhor. É bem bom. Esse aqui é excelente.
A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, BAIZHU. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Zhongli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, Even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. BAIZHU, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old, and I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
BAIZHU, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changsheng to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that, some of them, I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
É o que eu tinha
Mom,
imaginado no
come and
início.
join us. The traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad will be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. BAIZHU, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
BAIZHU, what did Jiangli mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including BAIZHU and Jiangli's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
Agora é a cutscene.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps.
Não, peguei foi coisa pior.
Since I inherited this contract,
Tô terminando a quest do BAIZHU.
I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors and followed it myself.
A quest dele é boa, a história é boa.
That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients?
Eu peguei uma Dory, você acredita?
What is this contract to
Tenho duas armas.
Medicine or poison?
Uma Dory.
Alas, I no longer have enough time left
duas
to find the answer.
E duas... A outra que tá no banner lá, negre.
And this final question.
Deu esse tanto de coisa em 50 tiros, mas não veio um cavé.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojin. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
A cutscene dele foi diferente, foi em animação 2D.
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Cheng Sheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come
Todos os
after me to
personagens
lose
de
their
Liyue
lives
são
to
muito
this
complexos,
contract.
e o BAIZHU não é
Nor
diferente.
do I wish for Cheng Sheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it? Precisely. I will be Cheng Sheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, BAIZHU.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. BAIZHU, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Cheng Sheng and Paimon.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
Acabou. Nossa, eu adorei a quest dele, de verdade. E agora eu vou dar um último tiro, que vai vir provavelmente nada. E é isso. Não veio aí. Mas agora eu quero ainda mais ele depois da quest. Olha isso aqui. Eu tenho 5 constelação dessa mulher, da Candace. O que eu quero com isso? Essa personagem é horrorosa. É uma dos piores personagens do jogo. Horrorosa. E aí, olha aqui. 4 da Dory. Veio a ser 4 dela. E... né, veio 2 da... Cadê ela? Da Fish ainda. Não, tudo bosta. Foi tudo uma bomba. Eu fiquei triste, viu? Aqui, tô com 4 da Fish. Mas eu tenho a Raiden, eu tenho outras coisas eletro. Pra que eu quero com a Fish? Tem sim, as duas aplicam eletricidade. Mas eu quero Dr. BAIZHU. Só ele importa. Oh, mas eu fiquei triste, Pedro. Quando Pedro, eu dei 10 tiros. Veio duas Candace. Duas Candace em 10 tiros. Eu dei 10, né? De uma vez, aí veio duas. Eu falei, não, é piada um trem desse. Seguida. Elas vieram seguidas. Duas Candace seguidas. Nossa, foi muito azar. A maioral, ela pode ser bonita o tanto que for, mas ela não tem como ser usável. Como é que usa essa personagem? Ela é completamente inútil. Os buffs que ela dão são ruins. Não, então aí veio a Dory. Não, tudo bosta. Nossa, eu fiquei triste, de verdade. Antes tivesse vindo uma outra Titi, pelo amor de Deus. Foi triste, viu? Aí veio duas armas. Uma foi a lança de favônios, né? Aí eu aproveitei e coloquei ela no refino máximo e ainda tem mais uma ainda guardada. E aí eu tenho essa daqui no refino máximo. A outra foi essa arma. Cadê? Foi essa arma aqui. Rugido do Leão, que inclusive vou refinar ela pro máximo também. Não, é ótima. Eu tô usando a minha lança na pitica aqui, né? Que eu uso com a coisinha. Eu só precisava, eu precisava só de um pouco mais de taxa crítica, né? Pra ativar Favonius, tá 40%. Mas tá bom. Não tá tão ruim, não. Ah, é, eu dei um tiro no banner ontem com os tiros mensais lá no banner normal. E aí eu consegui a espada do sacrifício. Finalmente. Finalmente consegui ela. É, eu não tinha ainda. Aí finalmente consegui. Até upei ela pro 80. Aí quando eu upar ela no 90, eu coloco ela no Shinkyu. E boto a espada de Favonius na Layla. Preciso upar a Layla também. Pra deixar o escaramujo mais forte. Porque como eu tenho a C4 da Layla. Layla, não sei como pronuncia, né? Aqui, ó. Eu tenho C4 dela aumenta o dano de ataque normal e carregado. Leila, não sei como pronuncia, Laila. Aí aumenta o ataque, dando ataque normal, só que eu preciso de mais vida, né? Eu preciso upar ela. Preciso colocar mais vida nela. Ela tá com Mililith, mas eu preciso deixar ela pelo menos uns 40k de vida, eu acho. E aí ela acende com vida, então acho que dá pra botar ela com uns 40k no nível 80. E aí ela buffa o escaramujo. E aumenta a taxa crítica dele, né? Agora que ele tá melhorzinho. Não, e upando ele, né? Tentando farmar as coisas pra ele, eu upei tanta coisa boa. Eu consegui tanta coisa boa que não servia pra ele. Quer ver? Essa flor aqui é boa, por exemplo. 21% de ataque. Taxa crítica de 9%. Sim, o escudo da Layla solta gelo. Mililith é ótimo pra ela. Solta gelo toda hora. Olha isso daqui. 21% de ataque. Dano e taxa crítica. Aí esse daqui também. Ataque 11%. Dano e taxa. Eu consegui esses trocando lá no negócio do alquimista lá, sabe? Olha isso aqui também. Eu consegui várias coisas boas. Olha isso aqui com essa taxa crítica enorme. 10 taxa crítica, eu preciso upar, inclusive. Na velha? Então, eu tava usando o da Raiden. Só que eu fiz uma mudança. Aí, olha só o que eu tô usando. Ela tá no 90 e eu coroei ela já. A ult dela coroadíssima. Eu tô usando 2 sombra verde e 2 selos da insulação. Pra aumentar a recarga e pra aumentar o dano a Nemo. Ela tá dando mais dano agora do que ela tava com o set da Raiden. E com isso daqui, eu consegui aumentar a taxa crítica e o dano crítico dela. Pra ela ser uma sub-DPS, de certa forma. Ela tá dando bem mais dano agora. Não tava ruim, não. Ela com o set da Raiden tava um pouco menor aqui, ó, o dano e a taxa. Não, na verdade a taxa tava maior, a taxa tava 60 e poucos. E o dano tava 96, alguma coisa assim. Aí eu fiz esse teste, né, mudei pra esse daqui, aí ficou assim e ficou ótimo. Aí ela tá com muito bônus de dano a Nemo, né, e ela tá dando um danão. Tá dando muito dano mesmo na ult. Aí depois eu quero upar a habilidade elemental dela também. Que dá um daninho bom. Mas a ult dela tá dando um dano bacana. E aí quando eles derem ela gratuita, né, que eles vão dar, eu pego a C2 dela, vai ficar excelente. A ult dela vai aumentar o tempo em 6 segundos, né? Ela vai ficar muito forte. Aí eu só preciso aumentar... evoluir a Layla depois disso. Layla. Preciso evoluir a Layla. Quero colocar ela no 80. Pra pegar uns 40 mil de HP e aumentar mais o ataque básico do escaramucho. E é isso. Aí tô upando a Nahida, né? Já tá no 70. Aí eu tô usando esse set improvisado, que é Gladiador com Memórias da Floresta. Que é o que eu já tinha, que eu tava usando no Traveler. Que eu não consegui itens bons ainda. E aí ela não tá tão ruim. Porque ela tá com um ataque alto, né? Relativamente alto. E ela tá com 168 de dano crítico e 51 de taxa crítica. A Nahida, eu tô usando esse aqui. Raiden, Nahida, Yao Yao e Shinkyu. Eu fiz o abismo com eles, inclusive. Fiz o abismo com eles. Só que se ela tivesse com o 7 certinho, acho que eu tinha conseguido fazer melhor o 12. O 12 eu não fiz total todas as estrelas, né? Eu parei no primeiro, eu fiquei com preguiça. Mas se eu tivesse 7, eu acho que... E também a arma da Raiden não tá no máximo. Ela não tá com a quantidade de proficiência. Ela vai ficar com uns 1000 de proficiência quando eu upar a arma pro máximo. Faz muita diferença. Aí, mas a Nahida tá dando um dano, não. E também, tipo assim, os talentos da Nahida estão só 6, né? E não tá no máximo. Se eu colocar isso aqui no 8, vai subir bastante e tal. E aí a Raiden, eu preciso de mais proficiência pra ela. E aí a Yao tá com talento de cura, né? Eu coloquei um pra proficiência e um pra cura. Que ela também escala com proficiência. Ela tá usando esse. Ah, eu fico com preguiça, né? Eu morro uma vez e aí eu fico com preguiça de pesquisar e entender o que, que eu tenho que fazer. Eu só faço. Está ótimo. Sou preguiçoso. Mas aí a Yao tá com esse daqui. Pra ter um pouquinho de proficiência e a arma é de recarga, porque ela precisa de recarga. É, não, é a Narida que vai usar, né? Eu já tenho duas partes dele, aí inclusive eu vou farmar ele agora. Eu vou farmar. Eu tô fazendo assim, um dia eu farmo o 7, tento farmar o 7, outro dia eu mato os chefes pra upar ela e o Alhaitan. O Alhaitan tá no 60. Eu não upei ele ainda. É, sim, é esse daqui, a Memórias da Floresta. É, a Narita tá com metade dele já. Só que eu só tenho dois dele bom. Bom assim, né? Nem tá tão bom. É, tem esse aqui que tem taxa, mas não tem dano, não tá tão ruim. Dá pra usar nela também, ó, esse daqui. Eu só preciso, na real, de uma pena. Eu pegando a pena, porque esse daqui ficou aleatório. Eu pegando a pena desse coisa, eu já coloco nela. Ah, uma hora eu faço, com os dois juntos. Mas eu preciso de uma pena. Se eu conseguir uma pena, aí eu já consigo a Narida com buff. Que ela não, eu posso colocar ela. Ela não precisa ser DPS, né? Eu posso colocar ela com full proficiência, com mais proficiência. Aí eu posso colocar essa flor aqui que não tá tão ruim. É, na verdade a flor tá ótima, tem muita taxa. Tá baixa porque ela tá no nível baixo, né? Tá 328. Vai ficar em uns 500, 600, eu acho. E eu posso trocar também aqui, ó. Eu posso tirar esse daqui de bônus dentro e colocar um de proficiência. Eu tenho aqui outros de proficiência. É, pois é, eu posso trocar isso aqui, ó. Mas eu não sei se vale a pena tirar isso daqui, mas enfim. Ah, olha só. Olha essa pena que eu consegui no abismo. É a do set novo do Child. Um monte de recarga, um monte de proficiência, um pouquinho de taxa e um pouquinho de dano. Achei ela muito boa. Muita recarga. Pro Child é ótimo. Um dia eu farmo lá pra ele. Dá pra usar, ué. Mas enfim, eu preciso de uma pena do set lá que reduz dano dentro. Vou lá agora farmar. Se eu conseguir uma pena, já dá pra colocar o set todo na Narida. Isso aqui dá proficiência, ó, já vai aumentar um pouco, porque o que ela tá usando não dá. Aí já vai ter mais proficiência. E aí tem esse daqui, que dá dano e taxa. Tá dando uma taxa boa. O ruim é esses outros aqui. Dois ritual? Ah, tá. O que eu tô usando é ataque nele, né? É aquilo que você tinha feito. Eu fiz umas modificaçõezinhas só, mas ele tá usando o ritual e o último julgamento. Eu nem liberei aquele set de dano hidro ainda. Aquele lugar lá, que é lá no gelo. Mas eu consegui aumentar um pouco a taxa e o dano dele. Ele tá um pouquinho melhor. Mas enfim. Eu vou... É, ele tá ok, ele tá dando muito dano. Eu tô fazendo um abismo. O lado que eu fiz com ele foi mais fácil do lado da Narida. Eu fiz super fácil. Porque... Por que eu fiz super fácil, né? Porque a minha main DPS, a Xiangling, tá poderosíssima. A Xiangling tá dando muito dano e ela tá no nível 90, tem uma proficiência elemental, assim, boa e tá usando a arma a fisgada, que é boa pra caramba. Sim, 242 de recarga. Ela tá dando muito dano na ult por causa da arma. Sim, muita recarga. Ela tá muito boa. E aí, ela tá carregando o time, né? Usei pra esquentar água pra fazer. Uhum. Mas é isso, 2h20. Eu vou fechar a live.
Quer fechar?
Acho que eu quero. Não sei se vai machucar minha garganta, mas eu deixo esfriar um pouco. Eu tô com afta na garganta de novo. Mas tá de boa, não tá doendo tanto não, quanto das outras vezes. Mas é isso, eu vou fechar, vou farmar os negócios. E eu não tô conseguindo fazer muito tempo de live não, por causa da garganta. Eu não consigo ficar falando por muito tempo, aí eu tô mais caladinho. Mas tá melhorando, passando remédio já. Mas é isso, eu vou sair por aqui.
Sem açúcar, né?
Não, pode colocar.
Coloca açúcar no meu copo separado.
Não, pode colocar. Xandão. Enfim, é isso. Deixa eu virar aqui. É isso. Amanhã eu volto com, não sei, mais Genshin, não sei, o LoL, alguma coisa. Não sei ainda não. Que tem a Raiden. Ah, Xandão. Ela fala mesmo. Xandão. É isso. Até amanhã.